What is up, fellow bench farmers? Welcome to your daily fantasy. Hey guys, what is up? Big day today. Amazing trades, crazy ones. My name is JJT with Commissioner Eric, and it's not even the trade deadline yet. We still have a few hours left. Around 10 hours before the trade deadline.
Yeah, 10 hours.
So there could be some more, and after seeing the trades today, I would sense that there will be a few more, but probably not as big as the one that happened today. But before that, we'll talk about quickly injury. Jaylen Brown had a facial fracture. Will be out.
Was it a?
I think it was a fracture.
Okay. I read it was a contusion, but I guess they updated it into a fracture.
I read somewhere it's a fracture. But anyway, it's a facial injury. It's a face injury. Not sure how long he will be out, but definitely he won't be playing on the All-Star game. So that's probably a couple of weeks there. The thing with facial injuries, usually you could, if it heals, it doesn't really have to fully heal, right? Sometimes the players use masks to protect it, right? So hopefully it won't be like 5-6 weeks. Hopefully it won't be that long.
No. I hope. I don't think it will be. The good news is he wasn't traded. No? If he was traded, maybe it would take. They would take. Maybe Brooklyn would ask him to rest longer, but he wasn't traded. So maybe after the All-Star break, you'll see him back with a mask. That's possibly a possible scenario.
All right. So today, the biggest trades happened today. First one, Russell Westbrook. I guess that's the first major deal that happened today. Russell Westbrook traded to the Utah Jazz. Players involved here. Let me see. So Lakers.
Let's do it team per team, I guess.
Yeah.
Fantasy wise. Yeah. Let's start with the Lakers.
The Lakers got D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt.
And they lost Westbrook.
And they lost Russell Westbrook. I think Juan Toscano Anderson was also part of that. And another player, I forgot. Damian Jones.
Yeah, Damian Jones.
So okay, that's
for the Lakers.
Yeah. Lakers first.
That's the more, I guess, not clear part, because they got 3 rotation players for the one player in Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
That's the deal. No, basically they got 3 players that they will use. So I think D'Angelo would be, I think, neutral value. He's averaging around 18, 19 points, 6 or 7 assists, some 3-pointers here and there. We're not talking real basketball here, just fantasy basketball. Stats wise, those are the numbers I expect him to continue doing with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Now I think so. Basically around there. Now the other players there, I think Malik will get a hit. I think Vanderbilt will get a hit.
Vanderbilt is the biggest question here because people are, some guys, some players, some managers who might have held on to him a little longer, just to see what happens in the trade deadline, right? There have been some questions whether Vanderbilt is a must-add or what. I just feel like, you can not as high on him because there's still Anthony Davis.
If he's a must-add.
No, if he benefits or of course something after this trade, maybe if I'm sure he was dropped in a lot of leagues too. So I think he is one of the players that many would think could benefit in this trade. Because there were 2 players that's usually asked, right? Him and Colin Sexton. So since we're in the Lakers, let's talk about Vanderbilt. My thoughts on Vanderbilt is that my worry is he might play a similar role. Maybe start from time to time, but there's Rui there, there's Anthony Davis. I mean, I don't think he's gonna get a lot of opportunities to get double-digit rebounds, right? Maybe the stocks could be there, but I think the consistency won't be there. So not really a must add, but you could take a flyer
Actually,
if he's available.
actually, I would. That's why I asked you because I'm the one holding Vanderbilt for a while, and my question to myself is, should I drop him after this deal? So it's not even an ad. I was thinking of dropping him altogether in a 16 team league at that. So, for me, if there the good news is I don't have to drop him for now. I'll
Yeah.
be waiting if there will be other players that would suddenly become mass ads. Then I might add for Vanderbilt, but for now there's none. So I'll probably play him tomorrow to see because LeBron might
If
be
he
out
plays
tomorrow.
tomorrow, I doubt he plays tomorrow.
Oh yeah, he might not play tomorrow. So
He
that
won't.
would
But
give
either way, I think you should hold.
I doubt that they're gonna start him with Anthony Davis and LeBron. There's Rui. Rui fits that better because Jared Vanderbilt can't shoot. You cannot have Anthony Davis, LeBron, and Vanderbilt together. That would be a spacing nightmare. I just feel like he's probably gonna be a backup of Anthony Davis. He's probably a better backup than Thomas Bryant at this point at the center position because Vanderbilt is a center. He's a center in a small body, basically because he can't really shoot. He can't really
Yeah.
space the floor. So I think that's the role. He might have some role as a backing up Rui. No, he'll get his minutes. He's gonna be probably a better Juan Toscano Anderson. What they're expecting from Juan Toscano, they're probably gonna get it from Vanderbilt right now in real basketball terms. But fantasy wise, not enough minutes, not consistent minutes. Maybe there are games where LeBron is out. I think he's gonna get a lot of minutes, partnering with AD. But the games where LeBron will play, it's not going to be pretty because he might get 15, 16 minutes off the bench. Plus the fact that we haven't talked about the wings. We talked about Rui. How about the Malik Beasley, the Lonnie Walkers? There are a lot of wings right suddenly in LA that's going to have to be fed some
Yeah.
minutes there. So Vanderbilt for me is a hit. Is a
Yeah.
down.
Well, I don't think there's any more hit to Vanderbilt because,
Down.
in Utah, he was, pretty much droppable with
Yeah.
the way they've been using him. So whether to hold him, maybe if you're asking if you're going to hold him, I'd probably hold to see how the rotation would look because these are all, guesses from us. We're not really the coaches here. We feel that, maybe Vanderbilt would be better off the bench, but, we don't know what's on the mind of Darvin Ham. They might want someone Rui as the replacement of LeBron off the bench, play the small forward role. They play similar roles, right? And then like Komish said, they might not start Vanderbilt, but we don't know. So for me, I'll wait to see what happens in the first game.
For me, my theory there is as long as there's nobody with higher upside in the
Yeah,
waiver,
yeah, yeah.
you hold on to him.
We'll
It
talk
depends on
about some of the guys as well later
yeah,
who probably were affected by all of these trades. All right, so that's the Lakers. Next is the Jazz. Okay, the Jazz
yeah.
get Westbrook. Who else did they get?
They get Toscano, they
Yeah,
get Damian,
yeah.
they get what the Lakers gave them. The Lakers gave them a poo-poo platter and a draft pick,
And
one
the
draft
draft picks.
pick
I
that
think they value the
one,
draft pick.
yeah, but that one draft pick is top four protected, and if that doesn't convey, it becomes second round picks. So I don't understand why Danny Ainge agreed to this, but he
No,
did.
it might be to free the cap space for next free
Maybe
agency
true, but I
because
just
that's
thought that
Westbrook, $40 million.
yeah, but my thought was Beasley, Vanderbilt, and who's the other guy? Conley could have gotten them as a first round pick that is not protected, or
Yeah.
maybe doesn't convey into a second round pick. I don't know, but whatever. In
In
fantasy
fairness,
wise,
the
yeah,
the Jazz I think have 15 first round picks, and that's a lot
yeah,
already.
yeah,
Um,
but
I'm
the
thinking.
fact
Here's
is,
my thinking: they'll buy out Westbrook, and then
yeah,
on the free agent market they'll sign a player who's already a proven star. That's what they need
this is Utah. There's nobody who's gonna sign in Utah.
for
I think
forty
Danny
million
Ainge knows
dollars.
that.
There might be.
Cap space is useless if you're in a small market team. OKC knows that. San Antonio knows that. Utah knows that. They're not gonna be able to use their cap space. I think that cap space will be better off, getting disgruntled star players. That's how they do it. That's how they will do it, and I think that's how Danny Ainge will do it. Right now, it's more of, I don't think the cap space is good. I think they're gonna try, as we said yesterday. They're gonna
They
try to
try
put
to tank
their standings
slowly.
lower.
Yeah,
Yeah, we didn't put the word tank, but something like that. And maybe Jordan Clarkson is in danger. Of course, Kelly Olynyk. We have to wait until later, no Manila time, until the deadline. But I have a feeling these guys are in danger of also being moved. For now, for what we know, it's the opposite with the Lakers. They gave up some pretty good, decent rotation pieces, and they got back no one because they're gonna
well,
buy
they
out
got
Russell
back
Westbrook.
the Lakers trash.
Yes. So unless you surprise us and play Westbrook, which I doubt, because I think Westbrook has a history in Utah also. There's I think there's something there with the fans or whatever. So I don't think they're gonna really play Westbrook. With that, Colin Sexton, you asked a while ago,
Yeah,
he started today. I think he's gonna start. They also gave up Nickel Alexander Walker to
yeah.
Minnesota, so they're down. They're down four players. So I think Sexton is really, really gonna be. I don't remember how many points he did today, but he did well.
He did, I think,
So
20
yeah, something
something.
like that.
5 rebounds, 5 assists. I think
This
that's
is
the stat line.
funny because we were talking about him yesterday. Where am I correct? We talked about Sexton yesterday or the other day, and I said, "What's the point of holding Sexton? Why is he
Yeah,
sixty
the other
percent
day. Yeah, yep, yep.
And I said the only reason you do that is because Conley
We
might
talked
get
about
traded.
him a couple of quickies ago in our hold or
Yeah.
drop episode.
Yes, and we said only reason is Conley. If Conley gets traded, then you stash him until the trade deadline, and then after that decide. So at least for now, it's early enough. He's a must add. I was able to add him in our FPW leagues. I'm happy about that, and also in another very deep league. So he's an add. And then Talon Horton Tucker, maybe somebody you can consider as a player that benefits. He's probably gonna back up Sexton and get some minutes when Sexton souls will be a lot of times. So there, I think those two are the main guys, and then the others are all streamers. I don't see anybody else here. Ochai Agbaji, I mentioned him. He's the rookie that they're high on. He played 24 minutes today, didn't do anything, but they are still high on him. He might go into. He's like a AJ Griffin, Isaac Okoro type of guy.
Yeah.
Not really so far showing much, but so the team loves him. So let's see if he can get it together for the second half of the season because they lack all sorts of depth right now.
And it's I don't think any of that is final, like you said, in Utah. I'm pretty sure they're still gonna make some changes there. Westbrook, what to do if you're holding on to Westbrook at this point?
Um, for Westbrook, well, he's gonna be bought out. There are a lot of speculations already where he will go. No, we mentioned Clippers, we
Lots of
mentioned
teams wanted him.
Wizards,
Well,
we
at
mentioned
least that's the
Miami,
report.
Chicago. Yeah, we mentioned all
Dallas,
of those.
Clippers.
Dallas. Yeah, so there are a lot of teams that want him. If I own him, I'll just hold on to him. Hopefully, the buyout process and the signing process will be fast. Is he available in your I? Is he eligible for your IL plus? I don't own any Westbrook, but let's see. He should
He
not
should
be
be.
because
He should be. If
he's game time decision. He's
Yeah, he
game time
should be.
decision, so he should be. If you're able to stash him in your IL plus, you just stash him because if he gets signed by a team like well, speculations are all over the place. If it's Charlotte, that's good for him. Even if it's like a contending team that maybe needs some depth, maybe he can still have some value. So we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait
Yeah.
for
So
Westbrook.
wait
Just
and
try to
see
hold on.
with the Westbrook side. Who's the third team here? Minnesota. They got
Minnesota,
Conley.
it's a boost for Conley just to make it fast. No, it's a boost.
Yeah.
Conley, basically is a better defender. Now he doesn't have the tank problems.
Yeah.
In Utah, Minnesota will try to play. He goes with Gobert. Maybe this is also a
Yes,
boost
let's
for Gobert.
go.
I mean, maybe Gobert needs his teddy bear, whatever. His point guard is here. So, yeah, this is good for Gobert. This is good for Mike Conley. So, that's it for Minnesota.
All right. The next one, let's give smaller trades first. Jakob goes to Toronto, as you know, have been rumored already in the past. That Toronto was high on Pirtle, and then Spurs got Cambridge and a pick. Your thoughts? Toronto looks a move still away, a move or two maybe.
Yeah, I think they still have some moves. The rumor was Gary Trent for Jakob Poeltl. So this was a little shocking that it became Cambridge, but I think they gave up a first round pick, maybe to compensate for the not giving up Gary Trent. That's a little in Toronto. It's a little bit similar to the Lakers. They add a starting center. They don't give up their big five, but as Jeremy said, there probably is some moves coming up. I
Yeah.
think Shams and Woj already reported that OG
I
is in the
think
last.
OG is the guy.
Yeah,
OG is the guy who's gonna move.
yeah.
Most
OG is a
likely.
guy who might be moved. And then so if OG gets moved, the starting five will be Poeltl, Siakam, and the others, Trent, FVV. But there's still chances that Siakam will be moved. There's still chances FVV can be moved. Gary Trent. So there's lots of pieces here that have not yet settled.
Yeah.
But I think we can
Overall,
for
I think
now
this is a win for Jakob Poeltl owners.
it's a win in the sense that at least probably it's not the tanking goes away. Hopefully, the issues of tanking goes away. It's a loss in the sense that he has to deal with a lot more, probably depth in the starting five,
Yeah.
maybe something like that. But he'll take it as a win. The other starters of Toronto though, it's a loss for all of them because they have to, have Poeltl come in and get some minutes for Toronto. In the other side, San Antonio, they lost center, they didn't gain anything. Pupu Platter also. So Zach Collins. Collins Sexton big winner, Zach Collins big winner. I think these two so far have been the must adds. If I were to be asked, I think those two were the best ads for today.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we shared the Zach Collins trade stash.
Yeah.
But I just hope that the Spurs don't, play around with the lineups.
That's true. That's
Because
true.
Collins is not the healthiest player. He just came from what back to back major injuries. They might, scale back a little bit on the minutes later on, right? And play Charles Bassey or whoever. Or
Well,
maybe
I
they
Bassey,
play
yeah,
Cambridge, give
Cambridge.
some minutes,
Yeah.
right? Give him some
I
minutes.
think I think they got Dwayne Dedmon, right? The first
Yeah,
trade,
yeah. They also
they
got
got
Dwayne
Dedmon.
Dedman.
So there's
Uh,
Dedmon, there's Collins, there's Birch, there's Bassey. They have Dieng. I think they still have Gorgie Dieng. So they have a lot of centers, but none of
of
them
course,
are
the
really
logical choice is Zach Collins, right? That's the
the
logical
logical
player.
choice. Yes, the
But
logical.
there's no logical things right now with the Spurs because the logical thing for them is to tank, and I don't know what it takes. But yeah, that's my only worry. But
Yeah.
if you would rank Sexton and Collins, if you have two, I know it's a little bit late. Probably they've been added already, but just in case in shallower leagues, who do you like better?
I like Sexton because I just think that he doesn't have a backup problem or the similar to the San Antonio thing you just mentioned. As we just mentioned, five players there that could start literally at center. Cambridge started for Toronto for a while. Charles Bassey is a very high upside guy that maybe San Antonio will say, okay, let's give Bassey the chance and let's go on a total youth movement. So just because of that, I would probably go with Sexton.
All right, the next trade: Josh Hart and Cam
Josh Hart.
Reddish. Was there another
Yeah.
player?
No. Yeah, there's V. Mikhailuk and Ryan R. Sisodiano or whatever.
Okay,
Sorry,
okay.
I can't
So
pronounce
I don't
the.
think they're going to be fantasy relevant. Two players that
Yeah.
could be fantasy of obviously fantasy relevant is Josh Hart. Cam Reddish is an intriguing player. I think if there's one in the whole all of the trades that happened today, I think Cam Reddish is the most intriguing one. Does he
So
get Josh
far,
Hart minutes? What happens here?
it's I don't know. I don't know. It's similar to the Spurs. No? The Blazers have Shadon Nasir. They have Gary Payton started today. They have these guys that are all not really fantasy relevant, and even with minutes. And now they have Cam Reddish. I don't certainly see that Cam Reddish is the best upside guy there because I think that's Shadon Sharp. Or is he the best defender that can replicate what Josh Hart does because it's Gary Payton? But Nazir Little actually is the longest tenured guy out of all of them. So there's really, it's all over the place. I didn't add Cam Reddish. I know he can have a good start. Like suddenly, he gets 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and he gets hot. But we have seen, with Cam Reddish, that he just fades. He just fades after a while because he's not that good of a player. There's a reason why he's from Atlanta to New York. He just can't see consistent minutes. So for me, Flyer kind in a very very deep league.
Yeah. So yeah, and then Josh Hart probably takes a hit in New York.
Yeah, probably takes a hit. Probably
Uh,
takes a hit.
but I don't think it's gonna be a big hit though.
Let's
I'm
see.
thinking,
I
I'm
hope.
hoping it's not gonna be a big. Let's just hope he starts still.
Uh, hopefully they don't play around. He's a better player than Quentin Grimes. The only worry is, as I read, that he doesn't take 3 pointers. Josh Hart. Lately, he's not been taking 3 pointers, and they need somebody who will take that, who will shoot. That's what Grimes does. But it might be a minutes. So it's a hit for me for Josh Hart.
All right. And the last trade. Am I right? Is this the last trade?
Yeah, so far.
All right. The last trade for today, the biggest one, the biggest fish that was traded. Kevin Durant
Yeah.
goes to Phoenix. For Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson. Who else? Let me see.
Jay Crowder.
Jay
Jay
Crowder,
Crowder,
yeah, and some
four
picks, 4 picks.
four unprotected first round picks and a pick swap. So
Yeah,
that's basically around five picks. No, that's a big that wasn't the haul that I expected. I was thinking maybe Ayton would be part of the deal, but they went with Cam and who's the other one? Jay Crowder.
yeah.
Now
Let's
talking
talk about
about,
Phoenix. Let's talk about Phoenix
yeah,
first, okay? Because I don't think
Phoenix.
there's. We know that obviously Durant is gonna not gonna be available there. Does he take a hit? Maybe he takes
Yeah,
a little bit of a hit. In fact, I think this is not good for KD owners because he can take his sweet time to as long as the Suns are winning a bit, recover.
I actually don't agree that he can take his sweet time because if you look at what they gave up, Mikal, Cam, Jay, okay, he's not been there. Mikal and Cam, and then they're injured. The injuries. I mean, they're out with Shamet. They're out. They're not deep, and people have been talking about buyout markets. I agree. Yes, they can get their depth in the buyout market, but that is still until March. No,
Yeah,
March something. No, that will be a while. The Suns lack depth, and if KD is out, yes, they're a scary team. But look at it this way: if KD is out, they basically will be Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Ayton. That's the
yeah,
team. That's not good enough. But if KD is there, it's suddenly whoa, what a good team. So KD is very crucial to this team more than I think what KD was with Golden State, with Steph, with Clay, with Ray during that time because that team had everything. They had role players. They had this.
yeah.
They were a
They
complete.
were a championship team.
Yes. Now
The
KD
team
comes
that
here.
KD is joining was eliminated by one player last year,
Yes.
right?
Yes. That's true. So with Phoenix it's not the same thing. With Phoenix he's joining a team that really needs him, I think. To
But he
compensate
takes
for
a hit, right? He takes a little bit of hit because
I think he
there's
takes
Booker, there's Aiton.
I would say it's really Booker who takes a hit. I would think it's Booker and a little bit of Aiton because Aiton will still get the rebounds. Nobody else will do that. Maybe he gets some blocks here and there. Field goal is still good. Maybe the points will take a hit a little bit. If KD scores 30, Booker scores 20 something, then maybe there's not enough for Aiton. But looking again at the roster, it's not a complete roster. Very, very, very shallow roster. So I'm thinking without at the very least short term, all four of them can still have good value.
Yeah.
Chris Paul might get 10, 11, 12 assists, many steals, 10, 12, 13, 14 points. It's very, very possible. No? So I think for now, pre-KD, post-KD. Pre-KD, while KD is injured, Torrey Craig, Damian Lee, these guys just add them because
Just
they will
add
play a
them, but
lot.
they're probably the best you can expect from them is probably a streamer type because we've seen this before. We've
Yeah,
seen this the last time Devin Booker
yeah.
was out. No one was really must holds there. Um,
But
Campaign is
But
still
Mikal was
injured,
there.
so
But Mikal was there at that time. This is
yeah.
even worse for Phoenix because Mikal is out, Cam is out. Devin Booker is actually being load managed. So I think Craig pre KD post KD. Let's see. Craig might still have some deep league value, but the Damian Lees, the others that would probably be streamed the next few days will be gone. I think Ish Wainwright, there's another name there to throw around. Jack Landale, you mentioned him. There will be some players that will suddenly have good games here and there because of the lack of depth in Phoenix.
All right, and the last one,
Brooklyn,
Brooklyn. So Brooklyn gets Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder. I'm not sure if
Jay.
Jay Crowder would play. But yeah, I like it for Mikal. Actually, I think that's the player who probably I see benefiting the most among all those players that are really rostered already in your lineups. Cam Thomas, many people are asking. Let's talk about the traded players first. Mikal, Cam Johnson, and Jay. You think Jay Crowder plays?
No, they are already saying they're gonna buy him out or trade. No, not buy him out. Trade him to a contender before the deadline. I don't think he plays 1 minute for Brooklyn because it's clear Brooklyn is trying to to a different situation, not the playoff play-in situation. They're not going for that anymore. They're not contending. At the very least, if they get into the play-in, fine, but they're not going to be contending. It's funny because I think Brooklyn went reverse. They were a team that was feel good,
So fast.
then
You went
and then
reverse so fast.
suddenly became KD, Harden, Kyrie, super powerhouse team, but the culture was gone because they sold that for this. Now they're going back at getting some of the players that they had then, like Dinwiddie. And then they have players like Royce O'Neal, Dorian Finney-Smith, Mikal Bridges. These guys are glue guys, are great guys. They're good defensively. It's hard to say how much good their defense will be with these people. But they'll be good. But scoring wise, I don't know where the points will come, but probably going to be with Dinwiddie, with Mikal, and with Cam Thomas. So Mikal really a very low key winner here. Not a lot of people are mentioning him. A lot of people are mentioning Dinwiddie. A lot of people are mentioning Cam Thomas. But I agree with you. Mikal Bridges really, for me, should be his team. I mean,
Yeah.
offense, defense. For now, should be his team.
And it's perfect because this year he's shown that he can score
Yeah.
better, right? Unlike
Yes.
in past years, you were just disappointed. He's a great roto guy, but he can't score a lot. He can't rebound. He can't, he can do a little of other things, good percentages. But now it could be his team, and we'll see if he can score like average for the rest of the season around 25, right? Is that asking too much? 25, 24
I think
points.
I think that might be too much. There's not
22.
a lot of scores there, but maybe 22, 23 points that could be possible. Cam Thomas might continue being around a 20-point scorer. And then, Dinwiddie can score 20s also. So, I mean, those three can score. Well, we know Ben Simmons can score. So,
Can't score. He
yeah.
even can't play. He said,
But they're not done. Brooklyn's not done.
yeah,
They're
I've heard that they've been asking around if anyone would want Ben Simmons at this point. I
oh,
Good luck
okay.
with that. But Cam Johnson hold, right?
Hold, but he takes a hit. It's, as I
Big
said,
hit here because
big hit.
two
DFS.
cams, tale of two cams.
Yeah, DFS, Royce, and the others, even Ben. As I said, Ben will still play until his knee becomes sore again, but he still will play until that time comes. So, hold on, but not as good as the Phoenix situation.
Now the
Not as good
biggest
as.
name being asked around is Cam Thomas. That's the
I
name
think
everyone's asking around.
I think this is good for Cam. KD's gone. I mean, this is not good for Cam short term because short term when KD was out, you were only worried about Seth and Dinwiddie. Now, when Dinwiddie comes back, he can at least be the second scorer there in Brooklyn. But now that KD's out, long term, it's better for him. It doesn't have to worry about KD coming back. But short term, he now has to deal with Mikal and the other players also. But as I said, he's a guard. Those are wings. They might start Mikal at shooting guard. That's possible. That might hit him. But he can at least be their sixth man who can score, I don't know, 17, 18 points, score in bunches. Yeah. So hold. Mikal is relatively okay for Mikal, for Cam Thomas.
Yeah.
For Cam Thomas.
He's the name that's been asked around a lot among all the players that was, affected into this trade. All right, that's it for today. We'll try to upload this as fast as we can because we can't afford to upload this tomorrow, which we usually does a day after, because tomorrow there'll be a new set of trades that's going to be going around. I'm pretty sure you've already seen lots of takes already. We posted them in our Facebook page. We've Komish has tweeted a bunch of those, and other fantasy analysts. The top fantasy analysts have posted what to do. You probably know what to do. This is just our discussion for fun. All right, that's it for today's quickie. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Follow us, subscribe. Have a good night, guys. Bye.